Steven, let's go.
You got a lot of the same players back from last year. What's been the biggest difference you've seen, I guess, from the spring till now, and what you had from those guys last year?
I mean, you have a year of growth with all of them, with that maturity, strength, speed, quickness. I mean, all the time they've been putting in the weight room. I mean, it's showing, and then the confidence that comes with that too. And plus, it's another year learning a college playbook. I mean, we obviously changed the offense, but it's once you learn one, you're learning. It's like learning a new language and just translating it. So it's not just a shock when we're checking plays now. Like they've been there, done that, and so I can see them picking it up quick and picking it up really well and embracing it and doing a nice job.
Marquise is looked almost uncomfortable at times last year. Just never really seemed to get settled in. But in the spring, he looked like a different player. How's he progressed so far? And what's been the difference for him?
I think what you said, he's just gotten more comfortable. I mean, he's grown up another year here. He was like here last year. He came in the summer, with all new people but now like, all right, he's enjoying it. He's having fun. He's comfortable with it and it's shown on the field.
You get Ty Washington back from injury. Just how did his recovery go? Where does he stand and where does he kind of need to improve, or what does he need to do to pick up where he left off?
He did a great job in his recovery. He worked really, really hard in the training room and in the weight room. He came back like he's as good as before. Like he put in that much work. He's had a really good 2 days so far. But strap on the pads tomorrow, so we got to keep it going.
And then Coach Pittman said that you guys liked Andreas Posca in spring, but you need to love him. Just what does that kind of mean to you, and what does he need to do for you guys to get there?
Yeah, I mean, he came in spring. It's all new. He's coming from Eastern Michigan to the SEC. It's faster. I mean, some of the guys are bigger and stronger. Like, and so it took a little adjustment, but he did well in spring, and he's taken that next step. And I mean, embracing his role as both a blocker and receiver, and he's doing a nice job with it.
So philosophically, the Bobby Petrino offense, how's the tight end role maybe tweaked or changed in the last year?
I don't want to get into how it tweaked or changed, but right now it's been really fun because we're doing a ton. And we're learning a lot of different things. And like, this is what they're doing at the next level. And the guys love it. They get excited about that, from checks and shifts and motions and them making calls and then them helping us get in the right plays. Like, they're excited about it and they're embracing it.
You got a full 6 months under, with Bobby Petrino. What do you think of him as a play caller and his reputation in the industry?
Yeah, it's been really fun, like listening to him talk about why we're running this play, how it affects the defense, what the defense is doing to stop our run game, and what the answers we have there. It's been neat to see that. Like, I haven't been in a ton of different offenses, but it's been good to see like what he's brought in from all over the place, everywhere he's been, and fits it into his offense. And I mean, it's been really good.
When we talked to you last year about this time, it was talking about Luke, that his physicality maybe needed to pick up. What have you seen from him in 1 year's development?
His dedication has been unbelievable. I mean, he's on the smaller side, but he's put in the time. He's added weight, added strength. I mean, he's in great shape. He's lean. Like, he wants to be great. And you could see it with the way he works, but you could also feel it. He just has that desire, and the way he lives his life reflects that.
Yeah, on the topic of Luke, I know had such a great freshman year before it was cut short. What have you seen from him, since that injury and to get back to where he is right now?
Yeah, just continue to grow, learning the details of the offense. It's not just like running around and getting open, not like he did that last year, but even being on the details more. And he wants to be involved in the run game. Like, he wants to do everything. It's really fun to work with a player like that. Like, all right, I could coach him hard. I could get him to I could ask him to do anything. He's going to do it because he wants to be great.
How do you balance having a guy like Luke who, was arguably the best offensive weapon for the team last year before he got hurt, and still having a tight end room with, 4 guys that probably could be deserving of snaps and targets and everything like that?
Yeah, well, I mean, well, we just tell them if you're going to go and show you could help us on the field, you're going to go get on the field. Like we'll have multiple personnel groupings. We can mix and match two tight ends on the field. We can mix and match three tight ends on the field. It's not like Luke's going to go and play every snap. Don't need him to play every snap. The wear and tear is real in this league. So other guys are going to have to be ready to step up, and other guys are pushing them too. And competition is going to make us all better.
Does it require like doing two tight end sets? Does there need to be some chemistry between the two guys? Like, do you have to see that kind of build throughout this fall camp of who kind of works well together and everything like that?
There's a little bit of that, but I try to mix and match them. One day, all right, it's these two tight ends going together. One day it's another two, and so you never know what's going to happen when the season goes. So I mean, they get to know each other, and we're all making the same calls and all that stuff. So try to get them all on the same page, no matter who's with who.
In this day and age of the transfer portal, it's kind of impressive that you made it through to this point with all those guys. Just what was the key to that? How did you get them all to, retain all those guys?
They enjoy being here. They believe in what we're doing. As a team, I think the team is really close right now, and they feel that, and they enjoy being with the other guys. And I mean, they've really bonded together, and they decided like, all right, they're going to put in some work, and like it's shown out on the field.
Shamar, I know there's a lot of guys in front of him right now, but just kind of what have you seen in his development? What do you still need to see from him moving forward?
Yeah, he's still continuing to grow, continuing to master the offense, continuing to put on some of the weight we need. But there's those flashes there, like, all right, there's something there, and we're continuing to work with them because we know he's got a real chance.
Nice was it to be in the air conditioning today?
I wasn't complaining too much. But at times I want them to fight through when it's tough, fight through when they're thinking about how hot they are, and then they got to focus on the calls. And I tell them that they know that. But I understand we got to go inside at times too.
Yeah, because the Cowboys, they've gone out to California a lot where it's cooler. I mean, I get you need to get acclimated to the heat, but also don't you feel like the practices are probably better when they're not worrying about surviving,
I think it depends on what kind of team you have, and if you could put that out of your mind and focus on what you need. Like what I told them, like I don't know what the weather in Stillwater is going to be, in a few weeks. I don't know what it's going to be in Little Rock. Like it might be really hot, and we got to learn to deal with that.
And then I should know this, but you guys are going in full pads tomorrow?
I think shells. I'm not positive.
I thought you said something about pads. So.
We'll have shoulder pads on.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maddox Lassiter, we saw him working some at fullback in the spring. Is that a role for him that, he could maybe see actual game time and stuff?
Yeah, we're cross training multiple people. Maddox is one of the guys. He's working fullback and still doing tight end stuff. And he's done a nice job. He loves contact. I mean, that's the number one thing you want with the fullback, and he checks that box.
We've seen walk-on tight ends have success here before. I mean, Maddox is one, Luke Johnson's another. How have both of those guys come on and just the walk-on tight ends in general?
Yeah, I have so much appreciation for walk-on, especially a place like this with the history of walk-ons here. But I mean, the time that those guys put in to mostly go unnoticed, like it's impressive. And I have 4 in my room right now, and I mean they're putting in the same hours, they're putting in the same effort, like and they're doing a nice job.
Well, I appreciate it. Who else works at fullback besides Laster? Who's getting that double work?
So Kyle Thompson's getting a little bit, and then I'll work Gums back there some. I mean Luke will do some things. Really, like we'll get a lot of guys doing different things back there.
What's next for Luke in his development? I mean, what's something that you really want to see this year, not only for you guys to be successful, but obviously he's got aspirations of the next level and everything.
I mean, it's hard to say. As long as he continues to grow and learn what we're doing and play with the confines of the offense, good things are going to happen. Like, I don't know how it's going to play out. You never know when the ball's going to go his way, but I know he's putting in every effort to make it happen.
When we spoke with you last preseason, you and kind of the older tight ends were so high on him. Did he even exceed those expectations with what he was able to do in those first 4 games?
I think so. It's hard to come in as a freshman and play. I mean, especially a physical position like tight end in this league. I mean, I only got 4 games and in a few, but I mean, he did a nice job.
All right, we're good this time. All right.